Hi, my name is Dalia. You can refer to me as Dalia. I am a national citizen, radical, and confused enjoyer of my city, Beirut. My uprooted and very sweaty trajectory landed me here in Dubai. My avatar was also having an issue with its root node. Maybe it's symbolic. My digital replicas and I are very happy to share this moment with you from the vantage point of a construction site. It's very unlikely to perform in such a site in Dubai, right? Such a prestige. Very happy. Very happy.
Lost. Roll. Source. Oh. Legalize anabolic steroids.
In the hot and humid, never-ending summers of Beirut, the experience of biking is more sweaty than the rest of the year. I would arrive at meetings drenched in sweat, the sweat collecting behind my knees, drooping from my eyelashes. I often developed a conscious methodology of containing it. Impromptu deodorant, tissue, freeing the armpit, wiping the armpit, etc., etc. Since 2020, The experience of sweating and my understanding of sweat took a whole other dimension. It mutated. Something changed in my body and my organs. Internally, it was hotter, moister, darker, greasier. I looked around. Scattered across this great nation, hundreds of thousands of power generator units are humming away, pumping out artificially hot air in a vast chorus. Generators have suggested to me an ironic or tragic perversity of post-crisis life. They substitute the limited access to electricity, creating a heavy, greasy, dense neoclimate. I'm not just talking about a neoclimate through the lens of ecology, but the rise of additional tensions in the atmosphere, like condensation, accumulated in anger, consolidated in distress. The sweating brown body echoes an exhausted body, a body in heat, a boiling body, an enraged body. Sweating through necessity in order to survive. It is political sweating. But on a totally different note, it's ironic that sweat is this very thing that is a sign of stillness, reparation, and restoration. One could think of regimented healing practices, from spiritual rat races, to Mysore-style yoga movements, to hot yoga, to ayahuasca, to sweat lodges. Purging to heal, purging to cleanse. Even the studio in which I practiced this performance had a whole branding and signage around holistic sweating. We're here to collectively sweat. Let's heal together. This is the true liberty of inducing sweat for purification. But what is sweat? In anthropology, very little attention has been devoted to perspiration. Materially speaking, sweat is essentially water, with more or less of a stink. It is clear. It becomes almost invisible once it dries, and its olfactory qualities can easily be neutralized or controlled. In other words, sweat is rather inconspicuous, but present and uncomfortable. And this is what makes sweat particularly captivating, its inconspicuous but very conspicuous materiality. Sweating through foundation makeup, sweating through body lotion, sweating through a synthetic polyester blouse, sweating through dusty air, sweating through generator power. It is what remains unwritten, but is held in bodies, expressed in gestures, and manifested in movements. We sweat in the folds. Sweat is that thing that during sex can emerge more comfortably the more intimate it is. It's the intimacy through the exchange of more than sexual bodily fluids. Sweat is the repulsive emergence under an armpit. Sweat is the alarming event for a woman in premenopause. Sweat is excrement that doesn't need a container like toilet flushing. A fluid and odor repulsive to flimsy environments. Sweat is what's being parked at the edges of society, at the extremes of legislation. Sweating bodies are entangled in hierarchies of care and labor. Some bodies are expected to sweat for others, and there are some bodies who have the luxury of avoiding sweat altogether. Sweat is dirt. Sweat is what's disruptive. Sweat is fat crying. As dust settles, sweat erects. When a body sweats, what breaks out? What escapes through the pores, fugitively? How do extreme emotions, like ecstasy or abjection, break out of our skin like sweat? My piece looks at the pivotal moment of rupture, the delicate fine line, the liminal space in between, the paradoxes, the liminal space between digital and human, the liminal space between aggression and healing, acceleration and deceleration, warming up and cooling down. My avatars and I are happy to share with you my movement language exploring these contradictions. I hate trying to extract meaning from the poetics of day-to-day, but I couldn't help this pull of writing. It's another form of labor, an invisible effort. It's like sweat.